Reading from The Secret of Light by Walter Russell. Author's Foreword. Jesus said, "God is light," and no man of that day knew what he meant. The day is now here when all men must know what Jesus meant when he said, "God is light." For within the secret of light is vast knowledge yet unrevealed to man. Light is all there is. It is all we have to deal with, but we do not yet know what it is. The purpose of this message is to tell what it is. Today's civilization has advanced far in knowing how to deal with matter, but we do not know what matter is, nor the why of it. Nor do we know what energy, electricity, magnetism, gravitation, and radiation are. Nor do we know the purpose of the inert gases and what they are. Nor do we know the structure of the elemental atoms, nor the gyroscopic principle which determines that structure. Nor are we aware of the fact that it is a two-way continuous universe of balance in all effects of motion, and not a one-way discontinuous universe. Nor have we ever yet heard or suspected the most important of all principles in physics, the avoidance principle, and the mirrors and the lenses of space, which are the cause of illusion in all moving things. Nor do we even consider the entire material electric universe to be the illusion which it is, there being no reality to it whatsoever. Nor have we the slightest inkling of the cause of curvature of space, nor the avoidance of that curvature in planes of zero curvature at wave-filled boundaries. No one now knows how it is that crystals get their various shapes. It will amaze the world to know that those shapes of crystals are determined in space by the shapes of the wave fields which bound the various elemental structures. Nor have we the slightest conception of what constitutes the life principle, nor the principle of growth, nor the simultaneous unfoldment-refoldment principle which repeats all patterns in nature sequentially and records and voids them as they are repeated. Nor are we aware of that recording principle by means of which the Creator carries forth the sum totals of every sequential cycle in his unfolding and refolding universe into the very end of its manifestations upon one planet and its beginning on a new one. Nor are we dynamically aware of the souls and seeds of things. These roots of universal repetition are now but metaphysical abstractions to religion and physical guesswork to science. Within the secret of light is the answer to all of these heretofore unanswered questions, and many more, which the ages have not yet solved. This revelation of the nature of light will be the inheritance of man in this coming new age of greater comprehension. Its unfoldment will prove the existence of God by methods and standards acceptable to science and religion alike. It will lay a spiritual foundation under the present material one of science. The two greatest elements in civilization, religion and science, will thus find unity in marriage of the two. Likewise, human relationships will become more balanced because of greater knowledge of universal law, which lies behind all of the processes which light uses to interweave the pattern forms of this electric wave universe. There is no department of life which will not be vitally affected by this new knowledge of the nature of light, from the university to the laboratory, from government to industry, and from nation to nation. I therefore give it to you with all of its clarity, as I myself have become aware of it from behind the scenes of this cosmic cinema of light illusion, which is our universe. Walter Russell. Chapter 1. The Eternal Question. Who am I? What am I? Why am I? Whither am I bound? What is my relation to the universe, to man, and to God? What is truth? How am I to know truth? Whence cometh my power? What is the source of my power? How am I to find balance? In my dealings with my fellow man, how am I to know that balance in our interchange which will enrich both him and me? Countless are the religious teachings, and many are the commandments to goodness. But goodness is still veiled from my eyes like a thick mist, which hides thy light which vainly seek. I stumble in its darkness, unbalanced I fall. O thou unseen one, tear from my eyes the blinding veil which hides the path to thy light, that I may find my way to thee. That is the cry of the ages. That is the unanswered question which is arising from the heart of this awakening generation. Civilization progresses in cycles. New comprehension periodically transforms mankind into higher beings. A new cycle of 3,000 years' duration is now in its birth throes. God's omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence are centered in the consciousness of every man, but few there are who know of the oneness of their self-soul with the universal self-soul. Man requires many millennia to begin to be aware of that. Each cycle of man brings him nearer to his awareness of his oneness with the light of his self-source. Man lives a bewildering, complex world of effect, of which he knows not the cause. Because of its seemingly infinite multiplicity and complexity, he fails to vision the simple underlying principle of balance in all things. He therefore complexes truth until its many angles, sides, and facets have lost balance with each other and with him. Truth is simple. Balance is simple. Rhythmic, balanced interchange between all pairs of opposite expressions in natural phenomena and in human relations is the consummate art of God's universe of light. It is also the law. In this one fundamental universal law lies the balanced continuity of all creative expression in God's electric wave universe of two conditioned lights in seeming motion, which record God's one whole ideal of creation into countless seemingly separate parts of that whole ideal. The voice within. The great unanswered question of man has a simple answer. The silent voice within every man is ceaselessly whispering it to his awakened consciousness. Every desire written upon the heart of man is carried to the source, and its answer will come. But few there are who ask comprehensively, and fewer still who hear. Many are the ages of preparation for worthiness to hear it, for man's consciousness is insulated from his source by the sensations of his electrically conditioned body, which he wrongly thinks of as being his mind and his personal self. What he calls his objective human mind is but the seat of electrical sensations of his body. What he mistakes for thinking is but an electric awareness of things sensed and recorded within the cells of his brain for repetitive usage through what is termed memories. Memories have no more relation to knowledge of universal mind, which is in man, than Victoria records are related to the source of their recordings. What he thinks of as his living body is but an electrically motivated machine, which simulates life through motion extended to it from its centering self-soul, which alone lives and wills the body to move.